What is slowly dying off or disappearing?
Amphibians. It's a worldwide phenomenon.
Free parking. Even the smaller suburbs in their town centre started charging for parking.
A town centre near me had parking garages with above 30% vacancy on their busy nights. They started charging for parking, and everyone went to a different town centre.
Coral reefs.
In 2008 I went snorkeling off the Florida Keys and was so impressed by all of the beautiful colors. It's seriously one of the greatest memories of mine. It was like an underwater all-natural circus and everything was so vibrant and wonderful. I went back with my girlfriend about 3 years ago, so excited and really hyping it up. I was crushed. In the same spot and the same time of year, nearly everything was bone white with just a few brown, dark purple and green live corals still hanging in there. I can't begin to say how disappointed I was and still am.
Iodine in salt. Seriously? Go to the grocery store and see how many brands of salt show. This salt does not provide iodine, a necessary nutrient. Quote.
Fun fact, a lack of iodine can cause cretinism in babies and children. It's not just an insult, it's an actual devastating medical condition.
Privacy.
It's funny that there are so much laws and poo that say they value our privacy, while in reality some poo-ass Facebook will still steal your data even though that's against your privacy.
Giraffes, they've become an endangered species.
I was looking for this comment. I work with 2 giraffes, a Maasai giraffe and a reticulated giraffe. Both subspecies are endangered. I love them so much, and it's so sad seeing what's happening. They have unique personalities and are generally fun animals to be with. They never fail to make me laugh and or smile when I'm working with them. I really hope I don't end up in a world without them, or where they're extinct in the wild.
Family reunions. I was born in '83 and I can remember going to one every year for both sides of my pop's family and just one side of my mom's. It's definitely a dying tradition since now you can keep up with everyone online.
The leading people are your parents' families are probably dead now, so reunions are missing the common attraction. Now you have to wait for someone else to die to see everyone.
You are 100% correct. The old-timers were the ones keeping them going, and once they passed, so did the tradition.
Fireflies. They mostly rely on the bioluminescence of their fellow species in order to attract for mating. However, due to increasing urbanization, which is also increasing use of artificial lighting, street lamps, their presence are dwindling.
I live in St. Louis, Missouri, and thankfully due to a combination of more people going with native landscaping and an even larger number just not giving two poos about their yards, combined with some fantastic public parks that also don't get crazy pesticide lawn treatments, we have the healthiest pollinator population in the state. This means we also have tons of beautiful lightning bugs. So I'm not sure light pollution is a big driver of the problem. I would be inclined to blame people turning their lawns into green wastelands. Grass isn't green. Bring nature back to your yard and enjoy the sights and sounds. Edit. Wow, this really blew up, thanks everyone. I should add that this is heavily dependent on where in STL you are. Ironically, the more desirable places are going to have significantly fewer because of the way people treat their lawns. I am referring specifically to St. Louis City's residential areas and parks. If you live in the county, they'll be a lot more scarce. Again, stop killing everything at the expense of grass.
Arcades, but more specifically, arcade games. Now in arcades it's just rigged claw games which only drops a plush if you put enough money in. Sad to see, really.
However, there is a rise in arcade bars featuring old cabinets, pinball, and newer options. Look at Tilt in Toronto as an example.
Christmas cards. We used to get and send a ton, and year by year it gets smaller.
Roller skating rinks, sad face.
Which is so sad because we have one in my town that used to be the life of the party. Every night it was going up. It's huge, it has a 3-story crazy maze too. Everyone had their B-day parties there. Now it's only open some obscure hours like Wednesdays from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m.
Small restaurants and cafes. One of my favorite cafes was a victim of the pandemic. It was literally a one-woman operation with cozy seating, which of course wasn't utilized during the pandemic, and had dozens of latte flavors that you could combine to make a bunch of different drinks. I still miss it.
physical media.
Vinyl sales are still on the up though.
My hair.
Mom and pop businesses.
It's ironic, ask any stupid US politician about that and they will say, I support small business, mum and pop business, yet they go ahead and F them over by giving subsidies to big business which then uses them to undercut local competition and then raise prices when they're gone.
My brain cells.
Well, ya see, Norm, it's like this. A herd of buffalo can only move as fast as the slowest buffalo. And when the herd is hunted, it is the slowest and weakest ones at the back that are killed first. This natural selection is good for the herd as a whole, because the general speed and health of the whole group keeps improving by the regular killing of the weakest members. In much the same way, the human brain can only operate as fast as the slowest brain cells. Excessive intake of alcohol, as we know, kills brain cells. But naturally it attacks the slowest and weakest brain cells first. In this way, regular consumption of beer eliminates the weaker brain cells, making the brain a faster and more efficient machine. That's why you always feel smarter after a few beers. Cliff Clavin.
Malls. E-commerce has been going crazy and COVID, I feel, was the final nail in the coffin. I saw a shirt for $25 in the mall in a store and saw it for $13.99 on Amazon. It also took a day to have it shipped to me.
Interesting. I feel like the malls around me are massive and killing it. My local mall has been getting renoed for like 2 years now.
I feel like people who say common sense haven't been paying attention to history much.
There's a reason we have a lot of safety rules and advanced medicine.
Bees are dying at an alarming rate.
Specifically the niche bees that don't live in hives and don't make honey. Honeybees are wiping them all out through competition. Soon the only bees we will have left will be honeybees. Affordable housing. Just when I started looking for my first home, sad face.
Median house price in southern Tasmania, Australia, where I live has hit $1 million. I'm gonna have a fun time finding a house.
Attention spans.
Traditional cable TV.
There's never anything good on Anyway lol. 1,000 plus channels with nothing fun to watch lol.
WW2 veterans. There's estimated to be around 300,000 in the US. Considering that when I was a kid there were still a few WW1 veterans shuffling around and I've seen them go extinct, I'll likely live to see the WW2 guys die out also. Sobering thought really.
Affordable housing for young adults. Edited to add. People who ain't from where I live find the need to tell me I am wrong if I don't look for a home in a larger city. I am from the Netherlands and the last place I would look for to buy, rent a home is from larger cities. I don't like the massive crowds, it makes me really uneasy and I feel the urge to escape from the location.
Just got a 1-bedroom 740 square foot for $1,300 USD and that's considered cheap. I'm in Texas. A 1-bedroom used to be around $700 5 years ago. Edit. I'm in Fort Worth, Texas to be exact for those asking. About a 30 minutes drive from Dallas.
Facebook. Only pages posting memes and videos. Almost no real person still posts what they are up to.
There was a recent survey that showed a lot of young people have stopped using Facebook.
Glaciers and ice caps.
Cars with manual transmissions. Edit. I am referring to the car market in my native country, US. As many of you have pointed out, this isn't necessarily the case elsewhere, at least not yet.
Religion. At least in the US, an increasing number of Americans every year declare themselves nuns, atheist or agnostic, etc., according to various Pew Research Center polls.
Thank you for watching. We upload new videos every day, so be sure to come back for more fun. Please consider liking and subscribing if you enjoyed the video.